All right, peeps, Team Green, I am back to talk more XDefiant. Man, I get excited about this game, honestly. Well, we have a couple of subjects to tackle within this video, okay? We have to talk about the release, the community, the content, and what the game could potentially be long term, right? So this video is going to be super interesting in that factor. And I know you guys like to stay up to date on anything XDefiant related, right? And I don't blame you because I'm excited for XDefiant myself. I'm really excited to see how this game translates in the wild once it's finally released. Now, guys, if all this sounds good to you, make sure that you like this video. And if you want to stay up to date on all the shooter news and updates that you care about, consider subscribing today. Now, let's be very real. Let's look at the climate of gaming that we are in right now. It kind of seems like the indie scene, the double A scene, right? The B-side type titles is holding the industry up. Like real shit. Like they're holding it down for what the AAA is not dishing out or not competent at, right? They're really holding it down. We have Pal Worlds. We have Helldivers 2. We had the Prince of Persia game, even though that wasn't even well received like that. We have Tomb Raider Remaster. Now that's more of a AAA type of joint, but just a remaster. But you get what I'm saying. Like we're having some decent, okay titles come around and shake things up a bit, far as like interest and gamers actually having a healthy ecosystem to play in right now, right? I'm actually liking those vibes, and this is coming from a 360. I should say not 360. Excuse me. My degrees and stuff. My God. A 180 point of view that I had not too long ago. Now, not everything's rainbow and sunshines at all, but I see the gaming scene looking okay right now. Currently, if I had to put is it a barometer? What's those heating things that you put in like turkeys and shit? I really don't. I don't even know. I don't know. But if I had to gauge the temperature, like gaming, like oh my god, let me see if you're burning up. Like we're medium right now. We're okay in the multiplayer space right now. We're actually doing okay. This is better than I actually thought I'll be projecting anytime soon. Okay, you feel me? You feel me? And that's a great thing. That is an awesome thing. Now, where does XDefiant fit into this? This could be a huge deal for XDefiant. Like these titles that I have just mentioned previously, guys, surprised us. Let's be very real. Nobody really expected first quarter to really hit for anything. Let's be very real. None of us expected any shit to play that we're like really into. Like let's be honest. But here we are, and we have games that we are actually sinking some time into. And again, bravo to the devs. Bravo to innovation and fun and just making quality titles. Bravo to that shit. Like I listen, I hug you guys. Okay? Now, with that said, XDefiant, where does this fit in? XDefiant has a lot to learn here from what just happened this first quarter. They could really shake things up in a big way for their game. And I'm talking in a positive manner. They could see the triumphs that these AA studios had with delivering upon their games. Now, granted, their titles aren't one-to-one like in comparison to each other, but there's a lot of data and lessons to extrapolate from their launches. You know what I'm saying? You could learn here. They could learn a great deal on what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? XDefiant, to me, in my opinion, is a solid title that I really had fun with. Now, granted, we had ups and downs during the production of this title. Let's be real. Not all the betas were lit. Not all of them were lit. Let's be completely fucking honest. But with that said, there were glimmers of hope that I seen within the title that I really like and I really had a good time with. There was just pockets of fun where I was like, man, this could be really something. Like this could be something that I play and actually have a decent time in and put in a decent amount of time into as well. So I don't think all is lost for XDefiant at all, but they need to learn from what happened this first quarter with the launches of these titles that I just mentioned. And do I think that they will capitalize? Do I feel like Mark Rubin would actually foresee some of these things and take advantage of what has been already played out in history? I think we have a chance for that. I think that's a fair assumption. However, time will only tell on that front, but nevertheless, I'm still excited. Okay, so now delving into the release of XDefiant. Oh, baby, zoom in on me. Zoom in on my eyes. Listen, man, I know you guys have been waiting. I know you've been waiting, because shit, baby, I've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? We're almost here, though. We're almost here. I could smell it. I could smell it. Oh, wait, I've got the Cena going. Wait, hold up. But listen, we're pretty damn close, guys. We're pretty damn close here. Now, I'm going to say this. March, I said wasn't going to be a release, but the way things are looking, the way things are playing out currently, it looks like March potentially could be a release window for XDefiant ultimately, right? We have 2 weeks left in February. Now, do we get a bit of marketing for XDefiant? Do we get a bit of marketing? That's very plausible. That's a huge possibility here. But do we get ultimately a release in February? I don't know. I really don't know. Me personally, I said I don't think we're headed into March with a release. I thought we were going to see something before that. But everything has been very silent. So, with that said, we have to see how things play out, but I'm eagerly awaiting any type of news, anything on that front for the release of this game. Now, if they release March 31st, 2024, would I be mad at it? No. Listen, again, I want them to use as much as their time to make their little tweaks. They can't really change things in a big way now, right? The game is almost all the way baked, right? It's almost is what we have, right? There's no big tweaking that they could do at this point. I think you and I can agree on that. But I will say this. I am eagerly awaiting the game and cannot wait to play and see what the ultimate product has to offer. So a March release is more likely now, right? Even though I was like personally like not feeling that time, I felt like we're going to get something earlier, but it's looking like a March release is going to be more realistic at this current point in time. Again, I could be wrong. They could do like a drop in like a week or two here, but I think they're going to use March more or less for marketing and then do a launch then after. But nonetheless, guys, we have something to be excited for in March. And oh, baby, am I over this shit? Oh, am I over this? Zoom in on my eyes. Please. The fake hate for this game and the fake non-concern for XDefiant. I'm fucking over it. You guys are losers. Okay, look. Check this out. For everybody that says, oh, I don't care about XDefiant. Oh, who cares? We're done with it. Like who at this point, who's checking for it? Listen. The views on these videos, tell me, people looking for it, bruh. And number two, the community just on X/Twitter for life, but X/Twitter says otherwise. There are a lot of people eagerly awaiting this game. Right. And I just feel like a lot of people like to be cynical in our part of the world. Like the internet is shitty for this. Like we're infamous on this side part of town. Like in the multiplayer shooter space, bro, we digest these shooters and they're here today, going tomorrow type stuff. Like, listen, we're impatient, spoiled ass people here. Okay. Because people like to throw out these games and be like, oh, this is a clone of this and this is that and fake outrage here. And, oh, I'm not going to play that. Nobody cares. It's irrelevant. Listen, keep that same energy. Zoom in on me again. Keep that same energy for when XDefiant drops. I don't even want you to touch it. You don't care? You don't care? That game's, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Can you do me that solid? Or am I asking for too much? Since you don't care, don't even play the game. Don't touch it. Can you make me that promise? I don't think so. So with that said, the fake outrage and people saying that this title is going to be irrelevant, bullshit. You're going to be there day one with your friends. It's a fucking free title, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let me be black. Let you be you. Okay? Let's be real. You're going to give this title a shot. Now, you may not like it. Okay? Let me echo this. You may not like it, but it's going to be something that you check out and give a little bit of your time. So let's not sit here on our pedestals and act like this game is completely irrelevant, because it won't be when it releases. People will at least give it a shot. Okay? So I think we could all agree on that. And again, there still is a frantic frenzy of a community that is eagerly awaiting XDefiant's release. Now, on the content front here, I have to really objectively look at what XDefiant is going to be offering us. Now, we already know, guys, they have a slew of content planned for this title. Now, I'm asking myself, how important is this content, though? Like, really, being honest with myself, how important is this content? To some, very, very important. To others, may not be as much. Now, I had to reassess my vision on how content works within XDefiant. Now, I'm a Sixer, Rainbow Six for life, like in the veins, in the vein. That hurt. In the veins, though, right? I'm a Sixer for life. I love Rainbow Six Siege. Love it. And you know what keeps me coming back? Not so much the content, right? Not so much even the skins, even though I your boy dabbles in the skins, but it's the competitive nature of the game. It's the rank sessions. It's me teaming up with my guys night in, night out, and just seeing how we compete against the world. That really keeps me engaged with Rainbow Six Siege. Like, let's be brutally honest. That's what keeps a lot of people engaged with Rainbow Six Siege. You don't come on just, oh, I love the skins and I love the battle pass and that keep. No. There's a competitive scene here that is unlike any other shooter around. Rainbow Six Siege is a very unique shooter, and it doesn't make me feel like any other competitive shooter around. It honestly doesn't. It has such a unique feel in rush that this game provides that a lot of shooters just don't do today at all, which is kind of like a lost art. But I digress. Moving on to XDefiant, they need to take the same approach Rainbow Six Siege is. They need to make sure that the competitive scene is just as viable as just the core experience. They need to make sure that when people such as myself, such as Abel Green, steps into the arena, we find a home here, and we find longevity, and we find excitement in our engagements and battles as we go through and progress through the title's life cycle. We have to be engaged. Okay, zoom in on my face again. We have to be engaged, and that is going to be so important for the longevity of this title. So important. And I recently, again, had to reevaluate how I see the content. The content is fine and good, like, right? That's one piece of the puzzle, but another huge piece is the competitive scene and how we engage in these ranked seasons and things. Will it be something we give a fuck about? Mark, would it be something we care about? I'm asking you, because it really has to strike a chord with us. Now, again, I know we have brought in esports experts and different people to play title. Listen. That doesn't mean diddly to me. That doesn't. I've heard that plenty of times. Oh, we have esport. This is going to be esports. This and this person checked it out, and that person doesn't mean that you have it locked in and have it understood. Okay. XDefiant needs to deliver in the competitive scene, and it needs to be something that's highly engaging and just simply fun. And do I think XDefiant could deliver on that front? I think so. I think they can. But again, that is a huge piece of the puzzle. We just don't know how it's going to play out. And that's something very interesting to me. I really want this game to succeed and do well. But if the competitive scene is something that is just nobody really respects or cares about, listen, baby, nobody's going to respect or care about the game. Okay. Now, I know there's some people might be like, well, there's abilities, there's gadgets. Well, let XDefiant be XDefiant. You know what I mean? If there's abilities and you don't like all that, then play another shooter. Simple as that. But the vibes that I get from this game, I feel like we're going to have gadgets and devices and things like that that might be cheesy or whatever. But again, I still think that there's going to be a competitive arena here that's going to be decent. And I think that we're going to have fun more or less and get along with XDefiant just being XDefiant and not looked at as a Tom Clancy game ever again, ever. So that's just my thoughts, guys. Tell me what you think down in the comment section below. XDefiant, are we in for a banger? And do you feel like we're going to get a March release? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And also, if you did not check out my last video, be sure to click here and I'll be sure to see you there.